Welcome back to another video on the channel here. So I ended up pulling the trigger. I had to sell a few things to make it work, but it is what it is. So I ended up getting the MC-1 conversion kit for the Yd2 from, this is the ReveD one, obviously. The ReveD MC-1 conversion kit for the Yd2. This is the slide rack conversion. There's two versions. You get one with the slide rack and you get the one that doesn't have the slide rack, which is the normal steering. Obviously my drift car has a slide rack in it. So I'm going to be using this one here as my donor, not donor car, but you know, it's my second chassis, I guess you could say. Right, I have a couple of them now. Been fortunate enough to make a few trades, so now I own, is it 3 Yd2s now that I own, I believe? Or is it 4? Yeah, I think it's 3 Yd2s that I own now. Another one that I got in a trade for something. So yeah, this is just my backup. This is the one that I use when I drift outside from outdoor drifting, so I'm going to use it to convert that one, or to do the conversion. So the main things that you really pretty much need are, I believe it's just the rear gears that you're going to need from your drive system, right? So you have to open up your drive system, your gearbox. Definitely need the big bore shocks, and then obviously the whole front end. But I believe the whole rear end, you just need, obviously you need your links and then your lower arms, but the shock towers get changed. But we'll get more into that as you see me building the kit. So if you guys want to build along, I'll show you guys exactly what we need. So first, I'm just going to put this back on here so I have more space. Put my R35 over there for now. I'll put it there. And let's just open this guy up and see. Well, actually I didn't open it. I didn't cut the seal. I believe the track owner cut it just to make sure that he was giving me the slide rack, not the bell crank. That's what it's called, the crank one, because like I said, it comes with two different versions. So obviously you get the instructions, which is good. Always need instructions. Right, and it looks like, oh, what is this? Oh, just the parts list of all the parts. So this is pretty much all the parts that come in the kit, and things that you'll need, because you'll definitely need those. Those are the ones that you need from your current setup, your current gearbox in the back, your drive system that comes inside. So this is bag 5. Oh, I guess I have, oh, there it is. Yeah. So bag 1. Bag 2, bag 3, right there, bag 3, bag 4, it's not too bad, and then bag 5. So 5 bags in this kit, in this conversion kit I should say. Not too bad by the looks of it. Looks like you'll need your standard 2mm wrench, it says here. Hopefully that comes in the kit, because I don't have my wrench that looks like that is like a big wrench. I don't got a small wrench like that, but we'll see. Alright, so like, what else? I'll put that aside. So everything comes, yeah, the bags aren't that big, as you can see. It's not a full kit, so obviously it's not going to be like, you know, when you're building one, but yeah. Bag 1 is there. It's all the parts in bag 1. All the parts in bag 2. That's nice. Oh, it looks like you do have to change the main drive. It looks like. That's interesting. Bag 3. Bag 4. As you can see, it's not a lot of parts, right? And then the rest in bag 5 here. Looks pretty cool. Ready? Oh, it does come with the wrench. So there it is. It does come with the wrench that's in the picture. It even has the ReveD logo on it, so that's cool. So those are all the parts there. And then of course, this is the part that I found which is very interesting, which I think is like very good that they did it, is that they give you their own little bottom plate, their own little bottom chassis, right? This is very nice. I like that to do that. Some conversion kits will give you the bottom deck, but they make them like bigger and bulkier than what you want, so you kind of stick to the original one and just change all the other parts. But this one here, they actually made it thin and kept it narrow. It's not that thick as well, which is nice, and it's very light, like very light. It's solid, so it feels good. Very good design. I like the slots. It's very good because, in my opinion, right, if you do buy a Yd2, get the one, I believe it's the SX3 now has it. It's the one with has just the narrow, so it just opens up here for the battery, and then it just closes up again, and then it just narrows all the way through to the front and then at the back. That's the best, in my opinion, the best bottom plate to get, or yeah, to have, I should say. Right, you don't want like this one here. I believe has the thicker one, not the thicker one, but the chunky one. Yeah, see, so this, see, this is like wider. That's the one. It does the job, but the best one instead is like the narrow one. Look how narrow that is. Like if I were to compare it, look at that. I don't know if the camera will pick that up, but there you go. All that excess material you're losing. I don't think the camera can pick it up. You lose a lot of material on the sides here, and at the front as well. So it's very nice. So the first thing I always like to do, if you guys have seen me build other kits, is I always just like to open it up. Right? If you watch my D5 build, I do the same thing. I like to open up the bags of the one I'm working on. So right now I'm on bag 1. Right, so I know bag 1. I can, I check, make sure nothing's in it. Right, empty, which is good. That can go in the garbage. Right, and then I open up the rest of the bags. The rest of the bags don't have any description in them to see that they have anything, right? As you can see, right, there's nothing in them to tell you, oh, this is for this is for that. No, you just, so what I like to do is, right, I just open it up, each bag, make sure there's nothing in the bag after I'm done. Right, so you can see it's empty. Right, and then I just like to separate the parts so I know what I have. If parts are the same, I put them in the same pile together. So I know these are all the same by the looks of it, yeah. And then these guys are all the same by the looks of those, so got those 4 together. And because they were in the same bag, like in the same little pouch, I should say, not the bag 1, but in the same little pouch of this, I'll keep them together, roughly, as you can see, together. So let's just continue along now. So now I got everything separated from bag 1, and they're in their own individual little pouches, how they came. So the first step is, I'll just grab your chassis here. So just follow along with the instructions. So if you guys don't want to read the instructions and just follow me, I'll try to be very detailed as I possibly can. Obviously, some things I will probably skip if it's the same on the other side. I'll just say it, same on the other side. So just repeat the step and just do it on the other side, right? So this is very nice. So the one thing first is, this one is the bottom, obviously, because you can see how it has like these little flares or little, what do you call it, like little sinkholes, I guess. That's where the screws go in, and then they go in and then they sit flat, so they stay flat with the chassis, with the bottom plate, because they don't want them sticking out. So when you're drifting or driving, you'll be scraping, right? So you know that the bottom, this will be the top. So the first step is you grab this guy here, and they're all, if I look at them, oh, they're all labeled. So you got A, B, oh, B and A. So you got 2 A's and 2 B's, and they're labeled, so you can't get that wrong, right? You see it? I don't know if the camera will pick it up. Yeah, you can see it. A, and this one over here is B, right? So you can't really, you can mess it up, but try not to mess it up. Right, so I'm gonna grab, so the first one you need, or the first one I'm gonna grab, I'm gonna start at the top of the instructions, is I need, oh, that's a B. Oh, it's a B as well, tech. I need a A, where's A? I need an A. Right, so you grab this one here, and you pretty much have to do the same thing for B on opposite side, but we'll just do one at a time. So you need this one, so that's A, and you grab this guy, oh, which I don't believe these ones are labeled, and no, they're not labeled, so you know you're good. This one goes right into the A just like that. So from the boom, and then you need your screwdriver, which will be this one. This will be a 3x12 flathead. So if you look at box 1, there's only 4 flatheads. So this obviously will have to be the one, and it says 3x12. They're always 3. 3 is the thickness here. Is this thickness? They're always, all of them are 3, and then the 12 will be the length, and it's from beginning of the thread to the end of the thread. So that's a 12. And again, like I said, it's asking for the flathead, right? You only get 4, so you know this is the one you need. And it literally just goes on your chassis here, and it'll be on the first hole right here, right in there, just like that. So I'm just gonna put this one in here, and then if you also notice, this one has little hole here, like not a hole, a little piece that sticks out. That's so it goes into the hole here, right? You see that? So it slides in there just like that. So it doesn't slide around on you when you're trying to put it in. It'll sit in nice and flush. I'm just gonna do a few turns with my finger. And then I'll grab my 2mm. And just go for it. And the thing too, like about this kit, the phone call. Okay, just had to take a quick phone call there. So back where I was. So yeah, so we did this one here, which is A. So you're just gonna have to repeat exactly what I just did on this one. Repeat for the back one. So if you look at it, the next one, the back one will be B. Okay, so the one thing you gotta look at too is these holes here. These are for the location of your battery, right? So if you're using the first hole here, then you use the last hole here. If you're using this hole on this one, then you use the middle one there. Okay, so it's just for if you want your battery further back or further forward. So just make sure if you use, like I said, if you use the first hole there, make sure you use the back one there. If you use the two that inside and this inside, that's too narrow. Your battery will not fit, right? If you're using a shorty, right? Well, actually, even if you're using a 2S, big fat long one. But if you're using a big long battery, it won't fit in. You need a shorty to run this chassis. And if you're drifting, shorties are recommended. So again, so this one was A. This one is B. So we're just gonna put it there, right? So you can see how it goes in like this to hold the battery down. That's what you want. So when you do the other side, you gotta watch out. You gotta watch out for that. It's B that'll be on this side over here, like that. I know this one here says A. See the A, and then this one here will be B. Right? So you figured it would be AA, but it's crisscrossing. But you just have to watch out for that. And then the other one is A will go here. Right? So I'm just gonna put that there, so like that. Right? So again, A, B, B. The main thing that you got to remember is just remember that the lettering face the outside, and at the little hooks, these hooks right there, that hook right there, faces inside, so they face each other, right? So they go in like this, so you can't really get it wrong. So I'm just gonna build the rest of them, and I'll bring you guys right back. Oh, so before, yes, I needed to. I was gonna bring you guys back when I finish all 4, but just to elaborate on this one here, just gotta remember, or just show you guys that when you put this guy in here, there's threads here. There's a hole here. See that? It goes right through. That lines up with the hole inside there for when you put the 3x12 screw from underneath the chassis. It goes up and it screws into this guy. That's what keeps this guy inside. So this guy doesn't just go in there and stays by compression, right? You got to make sure that that hole right there is facing down, so it lines up this hole down here, right? So it goes down just like that, because then when you grab your 3x12 screw, like I was just saying, sure, put him on the right location. Alright, he goes all the way, and he's gonna go all the way in. See, done. It's flat right there. If it doesn't, if you don't line it up properly, I'm just gonna back him out now. Alright, if you don't put him in properly, see, I can take him out now. See, I can take him out. If you don't line him up properly, you put him in an angle like that, so the hole's not lined up, and then you try to put this guy in, Right? See, it's not going all the way in. It won't even go in. You see that? Won't even go in. It won't even tighten because there's no threads on this piece here on the B. There's no threads. The threads are in this guy. So you gotta make sure you line him up properly. Turn him to so he's facing the hole there. There you go. See, now it threads in. Right? So you just gotta watch out for that. Right? So you gotta watch out for that, okay? Just thought I'd bring that in and just to elaborate, like I said, there's no threads on this one, right? See, it goes in. See, it goes all the way in. Right? There's no threads. The threads are on this guy. Okay, so just make sure you line them up properly, facing down, just like that. All right. Okay, so after you have all four on, continuing along, right? So, all right, A, B, which is weird, I know, but that's how it is. As long as you have these guys facing the inside to hold the battery down, and then the letters are facing outside, right? Then you're good. So put that down. Right. So the next step is you grab this guy from your first little pouch, or my first pouch, anyways, that I opened up. You grab a spacer. And remember, everything right now is in the kit. Nothing is from the other chassis yet. This is all what's in the kit. So he goes in there just like that. And you grab one of these guys. Oh. You make sure that the little design thing that's here faces out, and then this side is flat, so that faces the inside of this flat piece, right? So you just gotta watch out for that, because when you build all four, you gotta make sure you build them the same. After you grab that, you grab your rubber bushing, get them, or O-ring, I should say, rubber O-ring. Can't get it wrong. There's only 4 of them, so then you grab another spacer. If I can pick it up. Oh damn! There you go. So right here you gotta watch out, because there's nothing really holding the O-ring in, so you gotta watch out. And then you grab your one 3x15 screw. There's only 4, right? So you can't get it wrong. I don't know how many times I'm gonna keep saying that you can't get it wrong. And then you just put them on into pretty much any one you want. Pretty much. There's no really I guess like a proper one, or a right one or a wrong one, because if you build them all the same, they're all gonna be like, if I were to put this guy on this guy, it would be the same. It doesn't really matter, right? And the reason of this too is just so when you put the battery in, you can see now he slides up. You put the battery in, and then if you're drifting, it's gonna slide out when you're transitioning, right? So you just turn him down, lock him in. That's it. So he's got to build all 4 the same way, and then put them on. I'll be right back when I have all the rest of the 3 on. Alright, so that's what the end of bag 1 looks like. It's very clean, very nice, right? And the one thing too is this one here goes up and down. The rubber bushing that you guys put in, that's what gives it this ability to go up and down like freely, without really turning this guy, because other kits, every time you do this, it'll release or turn the screw loose, right, over time, as you can see. So you could put a little bit of Loctite on this guy if you wanted to, just hold him in, right? But for someone like me, I like to always do maintenance on my car, so I'm always taking things apart, and just to make sure that they're clean, there's no dirt and debris in there, especially if I decide to drift the car outside, which I don't know if I'm going to do with this one, because I believe the gearbox is an open gearbox, so you can see all the gears, and if you get a rock in there, well, there goes your gearbox. So I might not be drifting this guy outside, but still, me personally, I wouldn't put any Loctite. And you also gotta remember not to go too tight on this because of the rubber bushing, right? It's just a rubber bushing, so if you go way too tight, you're gonna damage your rubber bushing, and then you're gonna compromise it. So you don't go too tight, so you just go enough so it moves snug. You don't have to like force it, right? You don't have to be too aggressive with it, right? It just moves, right? As you can see. All right. Alright, so now on to bag number 2. Yeah, bag number 2. Which is, if I'm looking at the instructions properly, it says that I need the gearbox. So I need all the gears from my your car that you're using. So the diff, you need all that. So I'm gonna go take that apart off camera because I don't know if you guys need to see me opening that up. But yeah, so I'm not gonna record that part, and then I'll come back with bag 2 opening all the parts from my case here so you guys can see that. Now that I have everything in bag 2 opened up, you need all the gears from your drift case, right? So I took mine out already from my Yd2. I took it out, and so this is the Yd2 S. Right, this is what it looks like, the gearbox or the gears. So you just I already loosened everything, as you can see. All the screws are out. So I'm just gonna take it out. I'm just gonna show you guys what it looks like or what you need right from here, because just in case you need it, the explanation, right? So this is what you need. You need all of these. Well, you don't need this guy. You don't need him, right? And it's quite simple why you don't need him, because the kit comes with one, right? So, but you do need the bearings. So that bearing that's in there, all the way down at the bottom in there, I don't know if the camera will pick it up. That bearing that's down there, you'll need it. That's the one thing you'll need. So this guy's out now. Well, I'm gonna put him to the side, but like I said, you don't need them, so put them to the side. These guys will need, right? Bearings already inside, so it's perfect. Same thing for this one. You need these guys. I believe you need these ones, or they might give you. Oh no, it looks like they give you. Oh, the kit comes with its own. Looks the same sizes. Don't quote me on that yet. I haven't assembled it, but it looks like it's this one. So we'll see. So I'm just gonna leave this with the gears right now, right there, just like that. Pull it over to the side. Make sure I get this guy out, because you definitely need this guy. The bearings came with it, come out with it, so it's perfect. So I just need to get this bearing out and the bearing on the other one out. Right, so the first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna grab this guy, or these guys I should say. Sorry guys, I need a humidifier in my house. So you're gonna grab I think it's this one I need. Yeah, so grab this one so you can see one has where the gear, the main gear will go to the spur gear. So grab the other one first, grab this side here first. Okay, so you're gonna grab your bearings, the ones that you took out. I'm just gonna do this side first. So I'll just do mirror so you guys can see. Alright, the other bearing goes in here. Oh, this is gonna be the tricky part, trying to get that one in straight. So you could do is just grab your 2mm, or if you have a thicker one, put the bearing on it like this, so you know it'll go as straight as possible, just like that. Boom, and then just push him in. Don't push it hard, just tap him in there, just like that, so you know he's seated in there. Alright, very straightforward. Oh. So now you have that one, you're gonna grab these guys, right? So one goes here, the other one goes here. Alright, so you can see I'm just mirroring. You're gonna grab your gears, first one, you're gonna put them in, you're gonna grab the other one, line them up, there you go, so it spins freely. Alright, so that's perfect. Then you grab you need this guy. Okay, so make sure you put him in the right way. So he doesn't go this way, he goes this way. And it just goes right into the bearing there. So you can see, it spins nicely. So that's how you're holding it. As you can see, if you're mirroring and copying, that's how it goes. Alright, then you're gonna grab, you need this guy, but this guy you need a screw to hold it there, right? This one. So what you do first is just line everything up. Should be going in. There you go. So you line them up. So now I'm lined up. I'm not squeezing it yet because I'm gonna get this guy in here. Oh, see, I'm trying to line him up. He's gonna keep slipping. So get him as close as possible. And then I'm gonna squeeze the case over this case. Oh, damn it. Yeah, it's gonna be the tricky one. I'm just trying to get him in. I'm not gonna get exact, but just get him close. So there you go. Everything's lined up as close as possible. So that's it. So that after you do that one, just to hold everything in place, you're gonna grab your 3x6, which would be these guys, right? The little ones that I was talking about earlier. Put them in there, line them up, and you're just gonna try turning in. Don't force it. So I'm not forcing it, I'm just turning. If the threads could grab and they spin freely in, then I know I'm good, right? But you can see I'm not forcing it. I'm not trying to make sure I grab a thread and you know, and possibly strip the gear, right? So I'm just turning it. I'm not putting any weight. The only weight that's going down is the weight of my tool, and I'm just turning it. Hopefully it catches the thread is what I'm hoping for. Oh, perfect. See? So there you go. So I caught it. So I just spin it free. I'm not tightening it yet because I still need to line things up, right? So you don't squeeze, don't tighten anything up. So I'm gonna grab this guy now, which is your the biggest one you need. So it's a 3x18, and I'm just gonna put him in. Try to line him up with this guy because it threads into him, and it's the same thing. This one I can turn my hand, which is perfect. Oh, you guys don't have light. Let's see if I can get some light for you guys. There you go. Hope that's better. It's gonna turn him in. There you go. Perfect. So I know that one's being held in there. I got these two here. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go to the other side. Right? If you're following along, go to this side. You need two 3x6s on this side as well. So I'm just gonna drop one there. Drop the other one there. And I'm just dropping them just so they're there. And it's the same thing. I'm just gonna turn it freely. If it catches, perfect, caught. So thread all the way down. Same thing with this guy. Right. So everything's in there. Everything is locked in, so that means everything is good, which is always a good sign. Right? Oh, one more screw. So this one was I need the other one. Oh, here it is. Almost missed this. So this is your 3x10, which goes on the opposite side of this shaft here. Right? Opposite side. So put him down there. Same thing. And that's it. So now that I know, so now I know all three screws on this side are on, all three screws on that side are on, and nothing else is going in between. I'm just gonna grab back to my two, and I'm gonna turn. Boom. Just so it's nice and snug. On this side now. Remember, you don't want to over torque it and have the possibility of stripping. Right? You just want to grab in, you turn when it stops naturally, and then from there just touch. That's it. No need to, you know, put 10 pounds of torque on these, okay? No reason at all. So that looks, see, that looks pretty good, and it feels good too. So continue on this one here. So that's what it looks like when I have it built, that part anyways. So now you make this face you, right, just like this. You grab these guys, right, and these are labeled too. As you can see, it's labeled left and it's labeled right. So L and R. Oh, you guys have it upside down. My bad. Hold on. So you can see L and R, right? So you're gonna. So if this gear is facing you like this, right, this way, you're gonna grab the L, and the L is gonna go on this side here. Okay, you gotta just watch out for that. So L is on this side, and then R would be on this side. So where's my, oh, I need 3x6s. Where 3x6s, you need 2 of them. Oh, just gotta watch out for that. So so one thing too, I forgot to mention is when you do it says left, it goes on the left side, yes, but make sure that you put the lettering down, because you can see it's countersunk, right? So if it's not countersunk, it'll look like this, right? It'll stick out like that. I don't know if the camera will pick that up, sticking out like that, right? When it's countersunk, when I put it in, you can see drops right down and it's nice and flush. So you just gotta watch out for that. Small little details, but again, this is facing you. I'll push after the spur gear. It's facing my left, and this is the left one. So same thing again. I'll put them down and just turn it freely. I'm not gonna force it down until it catches, and it caught perfect. Oh. Grab the next one and just turn it free again. Oh, perfect, it's in. So now that it's in, I'm gonna grab both. Tight, perfect. And boom, perfect. So same thing for this side now. Now I have it all assembled, as you can see. The other thing too is if you're tightening this guy here and this one here, and it's not, and it's spring free, you can use your tool to for grabbing your arms and stuff, your front arms, just for adjustments. You know, I forget what the exact tool is called. I don't know if I have one here somewhere. If I can show you guys, I have. For some reason I misplaced mine, but I have this guy here. It says Tamaya. But yeah, so it fits in there perfectly here. So you can just use this tool just to grab it. It has the spots there, so it's flat, so it's not a perfect circle. So then this will just sit in there, and you can tighten it if it's not tightening on its own, right? Just an option. It's there for you, right? But that's what it looks like now, right? Pretty much when it's complete here. So the next step for bag 2, let me just put this back in my drawer so I don't have a big mess here. So the next step is with my 2 over is the last thing that's left in bag 2 is those 4 screws, the 4 3x6s, 4 of them that are left, and those 4 are what's going to go on this guy to hold it down to your chassis. So if I'm going to face the chassis with the battery trays in the back, because that's the front obviously, right? Front, back. So this guy here, right, with this arm facing you, facing this way. So you can see it's not facing that way. It's facing me here. It's gonna go line up with these holes right here, right in the middle. So the easiest way to identify it is these 4 holes here with this slot. So it'll be that one, 1, 2, 3, 4, right in front of the slots here. So you can't really mess. Well, you can mess it up. You can't really mess it up because they're the ones that'll line up perfectly. So you can see you line it up that way, and again, make sure this is facing you. Okay, so just grab my tool, grab my 4mm, line it up with a hole here. Just gonna try to get a thread on there without forcing it. Ah, perfect, it caught. Grab the next one, same thing, line it up. I like to go in a crisscross pattern. What I mean by that is I did one on the top, one at the bottom, so now I know it's not going anywhere. Because if I do just the 2 tops, I could still lose it. The bottom one would be like, oh, why is it tight? But that's, again, if you tighten it. If you don't tighten it, you're good. But I just like to crisscross. Alright, so I'm going to come back to you when this is all 4 of them on and tight. Done with bag 2, this is what you should have, your chassis. This is all that you should have. You should have all this done by the end of bag 2, pretty much. It looks like this. Which I must say, I can't get over this plate. I love this plate. I love this. This is, man, yeah. Get everything separated. I need to bring the main chassis back. Still can't get over how nice this looks. Not bad at all. Yeah, so continuing. So again, bag 3. So you start off with this guy. And this groove part here faces to the back, faces towards the gears. So it doesn't go this way. Right? It goes this way, and it lines up with these holes right here, this one and this one right here. Boom. And of course you need it only comes with 2 flatheads. There's only 2 in bag 3, so you can't get it wrong, right? And they're both 3x6s, but again, there's only 2 of them. So yeah, that's all I'm gonna say about that. So I'm just going to line them up. Got a couple threads in there, perfect. I'm not going to tighten it yet until I get the next one in. Line that up. Perfect. So that's done. So that's good there. So the next step you need is you need this guy, which is called the vertical deck. Alright, well there's two of them. I'm just checking to make sure that they're both exactly the same on both sides. So they're both exactly the same, both sides. So it doesn't matter which one you use, and doesn't matter which one you use. But the way this one goes on is you just put it on, it lines up with these holes here. So you got to make sure that this it goes to the back. So it just lines up right there, just like that. So you're gonna grab your 3x6, your round head ones, right? So I'm gonna grab this one. Get in there. There you go. So just get a couple threads in there, just like that. And again, never over tighten, or never tighten until the end when you have everything lined up and everything is screwed in, I should say. Just gonna get a couple threads going. Perfect. And I'm gonna do the same thing. Oh, I might as well finish off this side here. So this one here, you need your 3x15, and it's 3x15 is these guys here. There's only two, so you just grab this guy here, and this guy goes right up here, right into this hole here. I don't know if will the camera see that? Yeah, of course you guys can see that. Right, so it goes right in there. Right, and it's going to come out right here. So what you want to do is I'm just going to push it so it comes out. I'm just going to show you guys where it comes out. Right there. Right, I don't know if you see that. It's going to push it back. Comes out right there. Right, see? But what you need is you need your, where is he? This guy. This guy right here. So he lines up. This is where it gets threaded to. There's no threads on this one. There's no threads there. The threads are right here. So you're just going to put them all the way down. Until I get a couple threads on that going, so I know he's in place. I'm not gonna tighten it. Like I said, I just want to get a couple threads in there. Are there threads in there now? Let me see if I tighten. Oh yeah, there's threads. Just tighten up, so that's perfect. So now that these three are in on this side and there's no more screws on this side, I'm just gonna tighten these guys up, so I don't forget. So all the way, and then tight, boom, done. This one here, boom, done. This one, perfect. This one here, I'm gonna wait till I get this one lined up, because this one goes from this side. There's another one, right? So I'm just gonna wait for that before I tighten him. So same thing on the other side though. I'm gonna turn this guy around. So the next part that you have to do is you grab this guy. Nice piece. There, it's identical both sides. Front and back, whichever one you want to think is front and back, side to side, underneath. It's all the same size, I should say, right? So or same, yeah, same. So it doesn't matter which way goes, this way or that way, it doesn't matter. And this one, what it's asking for is to put it at the top up here. So what you do is you put it up, you put it so that the screws face up, right? Not like this. So it faces up like this, and it lines up with these two holes, this hole here and this hole here. And you just put them on there, just right down. So it should line up. Yep, lines up perfectly. And you use your 3x6. Just get on my screw here. So line it up with your 3x6. See if I can get a couple threads in there. Let's see here. Did I get it? Nope. Oh, okay, got it. Perfect. Yeah, there you go. I got it. So I'll do the same thing on the other side now. Just turn this guy around. So this one here is, for my understanding, this one here is just for your fan. You just plug your fan in, and then your fan can come down. What's unique about this too that I find is that it asks you to put in those two holes there for your fan mount here, right? So it'll go this way, and then the fan will go down towards your motor, which your motor is sitting somewhere here. But what I find interesting is that you have all these slots here, right? So my guess is that you can take this out right here,
So take this piece off, and you can put this piece here or up here, and you can move it. You can slide it across. So it depends where you want to go, right? You can put, you know, the fan anywhere along this line or on this line or this line. So it doesn't have to sit up here. Or you could do, you know, fan here, fan up here, you know, whatever tickles your boat. Continuing along. So after this part here, it asks for this piece here. And that goes right here like this. Just like that. So what I'm going to do is this part here connects to your front. The whole front of this car, of the conversion, comes from your other car, or comes from your Yd2. So there's nothing from here, or nothing for this part here for your that you need in the kit that does anything here. All this here for the front is from your kit. So I'm just gonna put these guys out. It's 3x6s on this one too. So it's 4 3x6s, because obviously these 4 go here. Oh, sorry, these 2 go here. All right, there's only 4 of them left, and it's asking for 4. So where's the hole landed up? There it is. So I'm just gonna snug this one. I'm not gonna tighten it. I'm just gonna snug it in so I know it don't come off. So it's asking for 4. There's only 4 left because 1, 2, and then 3 and 4 go here, which will go to your slide rack, because I got the slide rack conversion, right? Yeah, there's a slide rack conversion, and then there's the bell crank, or the crank, or just the swing arms. So that's what the last 4 go here, because yeah, this is for the front of your Yd2. So I'm just gonna take the whole front of my Yd2 one and then just assemble it here. It's pretty much just removed from your other kit, put it on this kit. It's not, you know, there's nothing crazy about it, right? So I'm not gonna show that on video, but I'm just gonna continue on. There's still one more piece to do here. As you can see here, I still got these pieces here with these 4 screws still left from the bag 3. So obviously we're not done with bag 3. And the way this one is, or what you need is, you need your, here it is, you need the rest of your gear system, right, which is the main differential, right? And then that slides right in there. So you got to make sure you have the bearings, which, you know, come from your differential, and that just slides right in there, just like that. And as you can see, it spins everything nice. I don't know if the lighting will pick that up. See that? And then the way that gets held in place is by using these guys. You just, before I do that, before I just throw them on there, let me see if they're both identical. Same there. Same there. Same. No, not the same. This one has the little groove there. So this one, so there's grooves on them. I don't know if the camera will pick that up. Right, there's a little groove here. You see that little groove, like a little lip on both of them. So obviously these little lips, they go on the outside, not the inside. They go on the outside. So this one will be on this side. I'll put them here. And then this one, let's go to turn it this way, make sure that faces the outside. And that'll go there. So just watch out for that. It's not gonna held in unless I put a screw in. So I'm just gonna put some screws on. But again, just watch out for that, right? Just make sure you put those lips facing the outside, because that's what they go onto the outside to hold the bearing in place, right? If you try to force it and you have those facing the inside, you're just gonna damage your bearing. It's not gonna run right. So I'm just gonna snug this one in there. Alright, very straightforward. This one here, it's in. Boom, tight. Boom, tight. And then again, so this is bag 3. So bag 3 is fully done. So that's what bag 3 looks like. It looks, you know, pretty good, I must say. So continuing along now, and you need this guy here. This is the rear shock tower assembly. Well, everything's rear on this car, so my bad. But But yeah, just it's the rear shock tower. So you need this guy. You need him as well. Yeah, you need this one. This one here does not have a front or back. I believe it should be the same. Both sides. Yeah, there's no front or back, so it doesn't matter if you this way or this way. It doesn't matter. So you need this one, this one, this one. You need this guy here. This one here, you're gonna line it up with your. Make sure that this angle piece here. Make sure that that is facing up. Okay, so make sure it's facing up. Don't make sure it's not angled down like this. Oh, let me see if I can put it in the slot here so you guys can see it easier. Yeah, there you go. So make sure that it's not angled like this going down. Make sure that it's the other way. So hook them out. Put them in the hole here. Make sure that it's up like that. See that? Hope that makes sense. So yeah, so the kit is so when you do this one, gives you two options. Let me take this out here. Gives you two options. It gives you the top or the bottom. It's, to be honest, your preference. The kit with the assembly, it just asks you to put it in the top, but you know, it's obviously your preference. I'm just gonna put it at the top for now and see how that feels, and after that I'll just take it apart and put it down. Maybe those two little things, you know, micrometers going down, maybe it'll make a difference, which I don't think it will that much, but hey, you know, whatever. And then you need this guy here to put here. It goes just like that, and then you need your screws, which is your 3x15s. They only came with 2 in this bag, so again, you can't get it wrong. I'm just gonna line up the holes here. There you go. Just line up the holes, perfect. All right. Hold those with my fingers so they don't come out. Then you grab these guys. Comes with 2. You're just gonna thread them on. Perfect. So these ones here have a little notch there. That's straight. I don't know if the camera will pick that up. All right. Let me see here. So there's yeah, there's little notches here. Right there. It's straight, and on the other side it's straight up and down. So those little notches will line up in these holes here, because you can see it's not a perfect circle. It has a little. It's gonna remove that screw down a little bit. All right, so it's not a perfect circle, so that way when it goes in, see, it won't line up going like this. So I'm gonna face that straight up, so you can't see it. Won't go in like this, right? It won't go in. But if I turn him and face it down, oh, see that? It fits right in. Now I can't turn it. So you know, you can't mess up. It has to. The screws have to go up and down, straight up and down. There's a little slot for it, right? So you can't mess that up. So I'm just gonna get him going till I get to the bottom. Then I'm gonna. Perfect, goes in. I'm just gonna grab my 2mm here, tighten this guy up. I'm gonna put this all the way down. And this one here has adjustment as well. As you can see, you can go up and down, up and down. I just pushed them all the way down, so I know I'm gonna be straight from the bottom. Not straight for both sides, right? Both sides was not like, so it's straight like this. It's not like this or like this. Just push them straight down, tighten it up. So now I'm good. The next piece is asking us this guy here. So this guy here is for the ESC. So it has the rear ESC mount for this kit, and it faces down. I don't see why you can't face up if that's your preference. Might get in the way of your body, maybe, you know what I mean? But you can face it down, right? That's the thing about these kits, right? There's a way that they tell you how to build it, and then after that it's up to you, right? You can change here, change there. That's part of your tuning. You want the car to drive the way you kind of drive, right? You can copy somebody else's setup. You can copy other people's setup all day long, and those guys are like, oh man, that guy drives amazing, I'm gonna copy his setup, and then that setup might not work for you. You know what I mean? It might not be your setup. It's not your style of driving. It might be maybe too aggressive, maybe too calm, maybe it's, you know, you're missing something. Maybe it could be the remote, maybe the throttle response is different. It could be maybe, oh, that extra weight here. It could be anything, right? So it could even just be the body. Body makes a big difference when you're drifting. Enough of that though, enough talking about that. Let's just finish this kit. So there you go. So that's fully assembled, so that's how that goes. Bring the rest of the chassis back into frame here now. And this guy, he just slides in right up into these holes here. The camera will pick that up. Holes right there. So you just line it up right there. So you can see that just goes right in there. Has a nice little groove here too, so pretty much just goes in between. So it lines up just like that, and it has the holes. All right, and it has the holes right there, as you can see. So it's the same. It gives you 2 holes. So you can do the same thing, up or down, whichever one you prefer, right? So I'm just gonna grab the screws first. So you need your 3x8s. There's only 2 in this bag. So I'm just gonna get him first one in the hole here. I'm gonna put him on the top one. I'm gonna put him on the top hole. Oh, I have to give it a little bit of thread on this one because of that carbon fiber. It's like snug. It's not meant to be threaded, but it's snug. So there you go. So I'm gonna just get that guy in there so I know that he's threaded. Same thing for this one. I'm gonna use the top hole. So that's done there. So the next piece after this that's still in the kit is you still got this guy, right? So this guy, he just lines up at the back here, just like that. Lines up with these holes here. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. It's a lot of screws, I should say. But it gives you 3x6s. Sorry, it's for your 3x6s. Alright, and you just line it up with, I'm just gonna put them in any hole right now. Just gonna put them in the back one here for now. Doesn't really matter because this is meant for magnets. It's your body mount. So I'm just gonna put them at the far back. Gonna line it up with the far back. Perfect. Line this guy too. There you go. So now I'm gonna just snug it on there. I'm not gonna tighten it. I'm just gonna snug it so I know it doesn't go nowhere. Boom. Done. Using body. If you're not using the magnets, you gotta use this guy in place right there to hold it. That's why you have these guys here, because it gives you 2 different options for body mounting. And then the other reason why you have 2 more of these guys is because if you're using the body post, right? The body posts that go here, that go up, right? The body post will put holes. As you can see, it takes 2. 1, 2. So you would use this one here and this one here. You take these 2 out, and then you would these 2. So then you have 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? Hopefully that makes sense. If you guys have any questions, right, just leave a comment. But that's what it's for. So that's why these here are extras, but they're not extras. All right. So continuing on with bag 5. Gonna put this guy over here. Alright, so these are all the parts you got in bag 5. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pieces in the last bag. So I'm gonna bring this guy back into the picture, or back into the fold, whichever way, whichever way you guys want me to say it. So you need, let me see, I'm gonna grab this. I'm just gonna move everything out of the way now, so I get a little more space back here. Move this guy over here. Yeah. That's perfect. So now what you need is your, look at the instructions here to make sure I don't mess this part up. So you need this guy. I'm just going to put 2mm on him because he's gonna go for a long stretch here. He's gonna come right through the middle here, right into this hole right here. I don't know if the camera can pick it up, but it's that hole right there. And he's gonna get threaded in. And then he just sticks out just a little bit right there. I don't know if the camera will pick that up. He sticks out right there. Right there. But what I'm gonna do first actually is I need to put this guy on first actually. Or not. Oh, I gotta put him in at the same time. Cause this lines up. Right? Lines up with the holes. So you see these holes? Where's my other screwdriver? Here it is. So it lines up with this hole. I don't know if the camera will see it. Yeah. So it lines up with this hole, this hole, or this hole. So it gives you 3 different options for lining it up. Alright, so right now I'm gonna just back him out. I'm gonna put him on the highest. I don't know if I want to go that high for the throws, more stability. I'm gonna put him in the middle, just to balance, see what kind of balance I get from the middle. Let's see if I can get him in there. Yeah, perfect. So I'm not gonna tighten this guy up now. So he's in there. Yeah, so again, it's only there just for placement of this guy, right? See, so you got 1, 2, 3 different holes for adjusting. So now that I'm gonna use the middle hole, that's just me, right? You don't have to use the middle hole, it's up to you. Where's the other one? So now you need this guy, right? This is the one that's gonna pretty much hold your motor mount in place. It's a nice little cool little thing, holder, tool, whatever you want to call it. Usually these motor plates are held in by 4 screws and your spur gear. No, sorry, it goes onto your mount, but it's being held by 4 screws, right? But this is different, yeah. Being held by this nice big bolt. So you just turn it. I'm just gonna keep turning it till it stops turning. Perfect. And then how you lock it in is, oh, can't get him off. Oh, can't lift it up. There you go. Grab your tool here. It comes in the kit, so make sure you don't lose this. Because if you lose this, I guess you can just use a regular wrench, but you know, using a regular mechanical wrench, you're asking for scratches and damages. So don't lose this tool. So again, I'm just gonna grab him, hold it nice and firm, give it one good pull or squeeze. There you go, and that's in there. So I'm putting it back into my box so I don't lose it. I don't think I'll need it again. So I'm gonna put that down. And then the next piece you need, where is it? Oh, I need my spur gear. Did I take my spur gear apart? Be right back, guys. Alright, so I got the spur gear. I had to go back and when I took off my rear drive, right, coavis from my other kit, I had to take the spur gear out to get the gearbox out. So here's the spur gear. So you need this from your kit, or not from your kit, you need this from your chassis, the one you're using, right, the one you're pulling everything out of. You need this guy. So now that I have it, you need this guy. Oh, I guess he just slides in there. So that's different. That's very different, right? Your Yd2 or even your MST and your D5 or D4, all the kits I've had, you come with 4 screws and you screw them on, right? This time it's just this cool, neat little piece here. It just fits in the holes already there and just slides in. So it's different. And then you need this guy. Oh, if I can get him on there. And you got to make sure you put this guy in right, because you can see the camera will pick it up. Yeah, see there's the holder, like the slots inside there, and then this one here sticks out. Alright, so you got to make sure that the hole, the one where this one is out, faces down into the kit. And you line it up with the holes. And then with this one here, so you still need the pin which goes in here. You still need it. That pin comes from your other kit too. So here's my assembled well, my disassembled kit, not kit, my disassembled Yd2 Gearbox. So you need this guy, because he doesn't come in the kit. You still need him from your donor car, I should say, or from what you're converting it to. So I'm going to slide him on there. Make sure he's just like that. Make sure he's facing the same. So I'm just going to go in there. Oh, he's turning already. Line him up. And as you can see, when I line him up, boom, perfect. Alright. And now if you're wondering, oh, what holds this guy in? Well, that's what the one lug nut is for. Alright. Let's see if I can zoom you guys in. Yeah, so this is the one lug nut is for. Which is what holds the spur gear in. See how freely that spins, nice. Oh, but again, yeah, so you just grab this guy, you put him on. It's a nylon nut. Nylon nut means because it has like that. See that? You can see like that clear stuff there, like the white stuff. That's the nylon. That pretty much prevents it from vibrating out, so it won't vibrate out. So you just gotta screw him on. And for this one, you need this little key. And yeah, so I'm just gonna hold the spur gear. I'm just holding the spur gear from turning. I'm not squeezing my spur gear or anything. I'm just holding it from seat. Now that I got to it, it just started spinning on my hand. Oh. So what you want to do now is you give it a little hold and you just squeeze it in there. You don't want to go too tight with it. You know, right? Take your time. You want to make sure that it's just holding it and it still spins free, right? Oh, I don't know. Is that on camera? I think I zoomed in too much. Probably wasn't on camera. There you go. So you can see that you can still spin free, which is what you want, right? Oh, that's nice. This is the conversion kit. This is a fully assembled. I can't say fully assembled in a way because the conversion kit is, it's fully assembled with my Yd2 part, my Yd2 chassis. So I'm just gonna move this over here, and then this is my Yd2 here. Oh, you can see the back end's already split up because I had to take this guy out, right, to get all the gears out to make this happen, right? But I still need. Oh, this is my donor car, right? It's my second Yd2, my outdoor Yd2, the one I was driving outdoors. I still need to take my whole front end, right? I still need to take my whole front end to put it here. And then obviously all the electronics, the motor and ESC and all that, right? But the motor goes in here, right? And this here. So I'm just gonna put all this together. I'm not gonna show this on video of me assembling this part because for you guys to do this, you need a Yd2. So there's no way around it. So if you already built a Yd2, you already have a Yd2, you should know, or you should know how to put the front end on. So I don't think you need a demonstration on how to do that, pretty much. I don't want to make this video longer than it needs to anyways. So yeah, so this is pretty much it here. Alright, but this is what it looks like without anything when the conversion is done. The only thing I've used from my donor car, like I said, is the gears, obviously, and the spur gear with the pin to hold that in. That's all I've used. Everything else, besides those 2 or 3 things that I just said, is in the kit. This is the ReveD kit for the slide rack. Alright, so I'm just gonna go and build the rest of this, probably without electronics. I don't know what electronics I'm gonna use on this yet. I don't know if I'm gonna take my Yd2, my Yokomo electronics from my Yd2 that I've been using as my main competition chassis, or just use some extra stuff for this one. But this is a conversion kit, it's supposed to be better, so decisions. But yeah, I'll just bring you guys back when I have the whole front end installed, and we'll go from there. And here is the finished product of the ReveD for the Yd2, the slide rack. So I ended up just putting my ReveD servo in it from my other chassis, and then I have to buy another one anyways for the chassis I took this one from. But you can see the front end fully assembled, fully in. Alright, it's fully done. My suspension at the front. Alright, so you can see my rear.
right, with a little bit of droop, not too much droop. I still have to fine tune my suspension in the front. I drove it once already, and it was pretty good traction in the rear, but I'm losing the front a bit, so I still gotta adjust the front. But other than that, I put my BL Pro 4, my Yokomo BL Pro 4 ESC. I just put my 13.5 motor. Right, my receivers on the top, my gyros there, so you can see. So yeah, so this is pretty much it. Like, I can't really say it drives amazing yet, because like I said, I've only driven it once, and with this COVID lockdown that we have now here, I can't even take this and drive it. So it's I don't even have a running video of this one. I mean running it that one day that was at the track for a few minutes. So yeah, but I hope you guys enjoyed the build video. The video's over. It's gonna be over an hour long, which kind of sucks, but there's nothing more I can do unless I delete some scenes. But then you know, it is what it is. Hope you guys enjoyed the build video. I will do an update running video this guy, of this guy with tandems and solo runs once everything's open up, once the track is open back up, and then yeah, we'll go from there. And all this nice soldering, this soldering I didn't do. My soldering gun is actually broken, so I couldn't do my own soldering. So this was done by Nezo. He's got his own YouTube channel. I forget his name of his channel. I think it's Nezo it's a bad shop. Oh my god, I want to look it up. Oh, my computer's off, so I can't even look it up. But I'll put his name down in the description. But he did the soldering for me. And then my battery leads are right here, so you can see my negative and positive. Oh, my son sneezing in the background. But yeah, but I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And yeah, I'll catch you on the next one.